The morning sun spilled golden light across the small suburban town of Willow Creek, where children in crisp uniforms streamed toward Jefferson High School. Among the chatter of familiar voices and laughter, a new face appeared, a girl whose quiet presence carried both dignity and nervousness. Her name was Amara. Amara had just moved from Atlanta with her mother, who had taken a new job in the town's hospital. For Amara, the move felt like the uprooting of her entire world. Back in Atlanta, she had friends who looked like her, neighbors who knew her family, and a church community that always wrapped her in warmth. Here, in Willow Creek, the demographics were starkly different. She was one of the few black students in the entire school. On her first day, Amara dressed carefully. Her mother had bought her a simple but elegant skirt and blouse, wanting her daughter to look confident and respectful. Amara loved the skirt. Its soft fabric brushed gently against her legs, making her feel graceful. But she also knew that her difference, her very presence, would already draw stares. She whispered a prayer before leaving the house, "Lord, give me strength today." As she walked into the buzzing hallways, eyes followed her. Some were curious, some indifferent, and a few, unfortunately, were filled with judgment. Amara kept her head high, clutching her books tightly to her chest. Among the groups of students, 3 girls noticed her immediately. Madison, the self-proclaimed queen of Jefferson High, Claire, her loyal shadow, and Brooke, the loud one who never missed a chance to mock someone. They thrived on attention, and nothing gave them more satisfaction than breaking down someone new. To them, Amara was the perfect target, different, quiet, and vulnerable. "Look who just walked in," Madison whispered, narrowing her eyes at Amara. "New girl thinks she's something." Claire giggled. "That skirt looks so old-fashioned. Where did she even get it? A thrift shop?" Brooke smirked. "Let's make sure she remembers her place." The bell rang, but their plan had already begun forming. Amara spent her morning classes sitting quietly, taking notes, and trying to fade into the background. But she could feel the whispers. Every time she walked past, giggles erupted behind her. She wanted to ignore it, but the sting of isolation pressed on her chest. During lunch, she carried her tray to a corner table, away from the buzzing groups. She was about to sit when Madison and her crew blocked her way. "Hey, new girl," Madison said with a smile that dripped with poison. "That's a cute skirt. Did your grandma make it for you?" Amara froze. She looked up at Madison, her heart pounding, but she didn't answer. "Oh, she's shy," Brooke laughed. "Poor thing doesn't even know how to talk." Claire added, "Maybe she thinks she's better than us. Look at her, sitting all alone like she's some kind of queen." The cafeteria chuckled as the insults grew louder. Amara swallowed hard, forcing rehearsal. The morning sun spilled across Willow Creek, bathing the streets in golden light as students hurried toward Jefferson High School. The crisp air carried the sound of laughter, conversations, and the occasional bark of a dog. The town prided itself on being friendly and close-knit, but for newcomers, it often felt like a world with invisible walls. Today, one of those newcomers was stepping into Jefferson High for the first time. Her name was Amara. She walked with careful steps, her head high though her stomach twisted with nerves. She had only recently moved from Atlanta with her mother, who had taken a position at Willow Creek General Hospital. The move had been sudden, and for Amara, it meant leaving behind friends, familiar streets, and a community where she never felt like an outsider. Atlanta had been loud, diverse, and vibrant. Willow Creek, by contrast, was quiet, uniform, and overwhelmingly white. That difference was clear the moment Amara approached the school gates. Conversations dipped, eyes followed her, and whispers spread like wildfire. She tried to ignore them, reminding herself of what her mother had said that morning as she adjusted the hem of her soft blue skirt. "Walk tall, Amara. You are worthy. You are beautiful. Don't let anyone make you forget it." The skirt had been her mother's idea, freshly ironed and chosen with care. It wasn't flashy, but it carried elegance. To Amara, it was more than just clothing. It was a symbol of dignity, a reminder of the pride her mother instilled in her. She smoothed the fabric once more as she stepped inside, bracing herself for the unknown. The halls of Jefferson High buzzed with life, lockers slamming, sneakers squeaking, and students weaving through crowds. Amara moved quietly, clutching her books, trying to find her first classroom without drawing more attention. But blending in wasn't possible. She was new, different, and already under scrutiny. It didn't take long for the school's self-proclaimed royalty to notice her. Madison was their leader, a girl whose confidence often crossed into cruelty. Her two closest friends, Claire and Brooke, followed her like shadows. They thrived on attention and control, always looking for someone to target. Madison's eyes narrowed when she saw Amara. "Who's that?" she whispered to her friends. "The new girl," Claire replied, glancing at Amara's outfit. "Look at that skirt. Did her grandma dress her?" Brooke laughed. "She looks like she walked out of some church choir." The three of them smirked, and in that moment, Amara was marked. Her first classes passed in uneasy silence. She kept her head down, focused on her notes, and avoided confrontation. But the whispers trailed her everywhere. By lunchtime, her nerves were frayed. She carried her tray carefully into the cafeteria, scanning for a quiet place to sit. A corner table, half hidden near the windows, seemed like the safest choice. She moved toward it, but before she could sit, Madison, Claire, and B.